Imagine the INS is at your door, and everyone you know and love is being ripped from your life. Imagine your life changing in one instant. Now imagine you're 13. Maxi is at that point in his life. Maxi and Raffa is a coming-of-age tale. Maxi is at that point in his life where the decisions he makes will affect his future. The friends he chooses, the role models he looks up to, the goals he sets for himself are all factors that will determine the life he leads. Maxi lives with his mother, May, in a one-room rundown apartment in New York. She is a neglected mother. She leaves him home often. She has an abusive, violent boyfriend. Tito's the type of guy you wouldn't want to see your mother with. He's a scumbag and a freeloader. He uses May. He's a really negative influence for Maxi. The only positive influence in Maxi's life is his neighbor, Raffa. Raffa's a really cool guy. He has an amazing collection of old vintage vinyl records. He hosts a radio station in his basement. He becomes Maxi's really only positive outlet. Throughout the film, Maxi and Raffa become great friends. He teaches him about art, music, self-exploration, essentially how to become a man. However, for Maxi, all good things must come to an end. And this is when the INS comes knocking. Where does this leave Maxi? His mother, gone. His best friend and mentor, gone. Maxi is now pawned off on an aunt he hardly knows, leaving him alone and neglected and forgotten, like so many other tragic stories from immigrant families. This story sheds light on an issue that is otherwise repressed in our society. Immigrant families are subjected to horrible travesties every day, and this is exactly what our film is about. Hispanic culture is usually forgotten in U.S. cinema, and this film projects awareness of those issues. With the help of Hispanic organizations like La Oportunidad and Bienvenidos, we will be able to get the word out about our film, along with creating awareness about our cause. So where do you come in? Join us and take part in our cause.
What we are proposing is to shoot a low-budget film that is set in the Hispanic communities in New York City. What we first plan on doing for pre-production is we plan to scout locations for an apartment, specifically those that have apartment buildings with basements and are adjacent to liquor stores. We will be working closely with New York actors, mainly local New York actors, and we will be flying Danny Trejo from Los Angeles to New York. We will offer him transportation and a hotel room. We also want to make sure that we get enough clearance for copyrighted material, and this will actually take the most of our pre-production time because a lot of the stuff we have are copyrighted material of high profile. Distributors like label companies or movie distributing companies will actually demand heavy royalties. Now, clearance will be very difficult because distributors will be asking for royalties, and sometimes high profile royalties will be really expensive for our budget. We are planning to contact these two radio stations, La Raza and La Nueva, who have acquired the rights to these songs. We will try to make some agreements so that way we can use those songs. In addition, we have to find people to do street work for us, and what we have in mind is working closely with students. As for shooting, we will be filming this on digital, ideally a Canon 5D. The reason we want to shoot with this camera is that we want to capture a photojournalistic aesthetic, one that is sincere to the subject matter, subjects that involve poverty, illegal immigration, domestic abuse, alcoholism, and youth struggle. What we want to do is we want to experiment with the photo quality of the DSLR camera, one that is able to shoot on full motion, as well as capturing the same image quality like that of a photo you would find in a magazine, a newspaper, a journal or whatnot. And I think it is a style that could really enforce the mise-en-scène within the scene, especially apartment scenes that have very decrepit walls, cracked floors, something that really portrays poverty at its ugliest, as well as space that is very cramped, full of boxes, full of clutter, something that is very claustrophobic. Additionally, we want to portray life the way it is by making them look like a series of photos. The reportage in the film's aesthetic offers a very authentic look at the issues that we are trying to target. They express a lot of detail in some of the damages that these issues cause, like scenes of domestic abuse would involve bruises, battering, a lot of pain. We want to offer a very tight photography with the aesthetic in order to present that kind of authentic look. We propose that our shooting time will be at 3 to 4 weeks. We will be filming in apartments, we will be filming in liquor stores, we will be filming in basements, and we'll be filming in schools. The way we want to portray schools is to just show it naturally. Ideally, we want to shoot this during school hours, but because we don't want to disrupt the students, we're going to have to make arrangements with the schedules. But naturally, we want to show children playing. We will be working closely with New York actors, mainly local New York actors, and we will be flying Danny Trejo from Los Angeles to New York. We will offer him transportation and a hotel room. We have begun talking to SAG, and we have already pushed for an ultra-low budget agreement. We believe that we are going to create a film that is beautiful, both thematically and aesthetically, and we want you to be a part of it.
For marketing, we plan on utilizing both street teams and online media. So even during pre-production, we're going to form a website and get the word out of our movie immediately, even before production has begun. Which means during pre-production, we're going to form a Twitter, MySpace, and Facebook. And we're going to have our street teams as well put out blasts on all those sites, updating the public using still photos that we're going to use. We plan on, as well as for keeping our budget low, we're going to use and try to recruit a still photographer from local photography schools or photography clubs and see if they want to work as well for a student credit or a resume builder, and have them from the beginning take stills so we can use that in the press kit as well as blasts on the social networking sites. The Hispanic culture makes up 16.3% of the United States. However, only 74% of children between the ages of 3 and 17 in 2009 have internet access. That low number of 74% means we can't only rely on social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter and MySpace. It means that we have to go out into those neighborhoods, into cities, into New York where we're filming, and just do street team promoting and marketing. In order to save money and have a strong marketing team, we're going to contact organizations as well as schools and universities and contact film students as well as Hispanic clubs and see if they're interested in forming our film street team for a college credit or a resume builder or just marketing film experience. Those students will then be our street team, and they're going to go into Hispanic neighborhoods as well as surrounding cities and pretty much market our film using posters, flyers, stickers, anything that we can use to get our name out even immediately during pre-production, so that by the time our film is made and into the film circuit, our film will be known throughout the city we're filming in, which is New York, as well as surrounding cities. We're going to make posters, we're going to make flyers, we're going to make stickers. We're going to make anything we can to get our name out. Once the film is finished, we plan on holding screenings for first our friends and family and our coworkers, and then move on to organizations, nonprofits we plan on working with, schools, universities, as well as churches. We want to use word of mouth for our film as much as possible. Once we hold the screenings for our family, friends, and coworkers, we plan on getting feedback and tweaking how to market this, because it's a coming-of-age story as well as involving art and a deep passion for music, as well as it being skewed to a certain culture. We need to make sure everyone wants to see the film. The good thing about this script is that we know who our target audience is, the Hispanic culture. They make up 16.3% of the U.S. population. Once the film is screened by our friends and family, we will submit it to film festivals. Now, we want to submit it to the film festivals as soon as possible, because the longer we wait, the more expensive it is. With every submission that we hand to a film festival, we will include promotional items, such as stills as well as a poster. For distribution, we'll have extremely well-made press kits, which will include a poster as well as still photos from behind the scenes of the film. We intend to attend several film festivals to network and meet other filmmakers and get the word out of our own movie. We will attend several film festivals to network and to get the word out on our movie, Maxi and Raffa. To market our film even more, with every film festival that we are playing at, we're going to contact the local newspapers, radio stations, as well as the cable access television channels to help get the word out of Maxi and Raffa even before the film festival has begun. We also hope to do giveaways and prizes for those attending the film festival. With every film festival we get accepted to, we will link their website of the film festival to all our social networking sites, as well as the nonprofits that we're a part of. We wish to hold Q&As with the filmmakers as well as any of the cast members. To get distributors interested immediately, you'll have press kits ready filled with a brief synopsis on the film, a list of cast and crew and filmmakers, stills, a behind-the-scenes DVD, as well as any film festivals we've been in and awards and great quotes we've gotten from newspapers and radio stations. We've done the research, we've crunched the numbers, so get on board.
So when I got approached to help produce this film, I was extremely excited. I recognized that this film was about more than just simply making money and simply being a success as far as film goes. I realized that what we are accomplishing here is really a benefit to the community. We are trying to get awareness out over child abuse, immigration laws, different things like that that affect the Hispanic community in the United States. What was great was that the screenwriter was so into our cause and just loved the ideas that we had, that we brought to the table for this film, and basically gave up the screenplay at no cost. So we don't have to pay him anything, which is great. He just wants to be a part of it and help the community, which we can't say thank you enough to him for that. Now, the way we're approaching our budget is rather unique. We're not going specifically for any huge sum of money. We're going for a cooperative approach in which we engage the community and organizations that benefit the community. So when we started drawing up a budget, we were trying to keep it as low budget as possible. In fact, we went with the SAG ultra low budget, which keeps us under $200,000. We are about there. We're in between about $185,000 and $200,000, depending on how copyright works with music. We have some issues as far as cost, and our biggest issue is music rights. And because we are dealing with, Howlin' Wolf, we're dealing with Michael Jackson even, we're trying to get around the cost of that, and so we've talked to a Spanish radio program, La Nueva, and they already have rights to some of the music that we're using, and we're seeing if there's possible for us to go through them to get a hold of that music to put it in the film. That would avoid some financial strain on our budget. Our financing strategy is, like I said, unique. We've already posted online funding platforms on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, which will hopefully get us some money. We realize it won't get us all the way there, but if it could get us to maybe $25,000, $50,000, that's really what our goal is. And after that, we're looking more into less of industry money and more private enterprise, trying to get some individuals to contribute with financing this film. We're thinking units in the range of $5,000 to $10,000. We haven't worked out the details on that yet, but we're getting there. But again, this is all about creating awareness, so we're naturally drawing people to us because people want to do good. They want to be a part of this. We've gone after a cooperative of sorts in which we are working with organizations like the Bienvenidos organization or La Oportunidad, which are both organizations that work with immigrant families. Specifically, Bienvenido works with youths in their transition to the U.S. And La Oportunidad works with the whole family, trying to get them settled and introduces them to American life and what it takes to survive here. Now, this film is at the heart of it entirely what that experience is about. And so, in connecting the organization with the film, we are bringing a sort of, we have like a validation from a cause that people want to contribute to. And so we are bringing money. We are already seeing interest, and that's great. So because this film is so much about community, we have already gotten a response from the legendary Danny Trejo, from Spy Kids in 2000, Once Upon a Time in Mexico in 2003, recently Machete in 2010. And he's agreed to do it for scale. And for an ultra-low budget film like ours, that's only $100 a day. So it's fantastic that he's willing to do that. Casting in New York has been very successful. We've already found a number of actors who are very talented and agreed to work to the same scale that Danny has. And we've really built relationships there to continue to fill the rest of the roles that we need for the film. So whenever you make a film, you have a certain amount of risk. But the great thing about this picture as well is that we've seemed to balance the risk, primarily because we have a number of markets to go after, as Jillian stated. We're going after the Hispanic markets, specifically almost, with Hispanic immigrants, the Hispanic youth, which is typically an untargeted audience. But what is also wonderful is in its core, we're an art film, and we are going for that kind of festival circuit as well. We have a broad range, we have a broad audience that we're going for, and we have a lot of outlets to get to them. So in the end, we are all confident that we are going to be able to make up the money and also do some good. The organizations are supporting us, and not only that, they're helping us. They're helping get our name out. They're helping us market this thing. I mean, La Raza did a recent interview with the screenwriter. So we are certainly on our way. And with you on board, we are confident this film will be a success.